My name is Evelyn Hart, and on November 5th, 2023, I experienced something that completely transformed my understanding of life, death, and the world we live in. For exactly 12 minutes and 15 seconds, I was declared clinically dead. But during that time, I didn't just glimpse heaven. I had a divine encounter with Jesus Christ himself, who revealed profound truths about the challenges humanity is facing today and the years ahead. Before this experience, I lived a quiet, ordinary life. I had spent decades as a teacher, pouring my heart into my students, and after retiring, I found joy in my garden, my books, and the company of my grandchildren. Faith was part of my life, but only in a distant way. I prayed occasionally and attended church on holidays, but my focus was always on what was tangible and immediate. That morning started like any other. The sun peeked through the curtains and I could hear the soft purr of my cat, Hazel, as I shuffled into the kitchen to make tea. I was thinking about my day ahead, perhaps a walk in the park or a call with my daughter, when a sharp, sudden pain shot through my chest. I barely had time to reach for the counter before collapsing. As the world around me faded, I felt a strange calm, a sense that something far greater was unfolding. The next thing I knew, I was no longer in my kitchen, but floating above it. I could see my body sprawled on the floor, Hazel circling me and pawing at my hand. My phone, which I'd dropped, lay just out of reach. There was no panic, no fear, only an overwhelming sense of peace, as though I was being held in the gentlest embrace imaginable. Then, the scene began to dissolve, and I found myself surrounded by a light so pure, so radiant, that it seemed to fill every corner of my being. It wasn't just light, it was alive, brimming with love, warmth, and an indescribable sense of belonging. The air shimmered with colors I had never seen before, hues so vibrant they seemed to pulse with life. In the distance, I heard a melody, a symphony unlike anything I'd ever encountered. It wasn't just music, it was worship made tangible. Each note carried an essence of praise and glory, lifting my spirit higher with every beat. As I stood there trying to take it all in, the light began to shift and gather, taking form. Then I saw him, Jesus. His presence was overwhelming yet comforting. His eyes held a depth of love and compassion that brought me to tears. I wanted to fall to my knees, but I found myself rooted in place, held by his gaze. Evelyn, my beloved child, I have brought you here because there are truths you must see and share. Time is growing short, and my people need to prepare. The challenges ahead will test the hearts of many, but I will guide those who remain faithful. Nikolai, you may be with us. You have been chosen to carry this message, not because of your strength, but because of your willingness to trust in me. What you will witness is not meant to cause fear, but to awaken faith and courage in my people. I couldn't speak. His words resonated through every part of me, carrying both weight and comfort. I whispered, "Lord, I'm not worthy of this. Why me?" His response was immediate, filled with kindness. "Because you have a voice that can reach those who are searching. Your journey is not over. There is work yet to be done." With a wave of his hand, Jesus showed me a vision. I saw neighborhoods filled with homes where elderly individuals lived alone, their faces marked by sadness and longing. Some sat in silence, staring out windows, while others scrolled endlessly through phones, searching for a connection they couldn't find. I saw nursing homes filled with patients who rarely received visitors. Their rooms were stark, their days monotonous. I felt their isolation as if it were my own, a heavy weight pressing on my spirit. "This is the enemy's weapon," Jesus said, his voice filled with sorrow. "He uses loneliness to steal joy and hope, to make my children feel forgotten, but I have never forgotten them. I am with them in their pain." As the vision continued, I saw how this isolation led to despair, how it broke the will to fight against illness, how it deepened feelings of worthlessness. It wasn't just physical loneliness, it was spiritual disconnection. The vision shifted, and I saw something beautiful, Small groups of people were gathered in living rooms, church basements, and even park benches. They were praying, sharing meals, and laughing together. These weren't grand gatherings. They were intimate, filled with genuine love and connection. Jesus said, "This is what I desire for my people, to love one another as I have loved them, to bear each other's burdens, to encourage one another, and to grow in faith together." Tell them that healing begins when they choose to step out of isolation and into community. I watched as these groups became beacons of light in their neighborhoods. They visited the sick, cared for widows, and welcomed the lonely into their circles. Their love transformed not only their own lives but the lives of those around them. It was a glimpse of what could be, a world healed through compassion and faith. Evelyn, my people must act now. They must open their hearts to me and to one another. Tell them to make time for prayer and to immerse themselves in my word, for the days ahead will require unshakable faith. Tell them to reach out to those who are hurting, to build relationships that reflect my love. For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am there with them. I felt his words settle deep in my soul, a mixture of urgency and hope. He continued, "The life I offer is not just for the next world, it is for this one too. A life of peace, joy, and purpose awaits those who seek me with all their hearts." As the vision began to fade, I felt a gentle pull, like a warm current guiding me back to the life I had left behind. I didn't want to leave. The peace, the love, the sheer perfection of being in Jesus' presence. How could I return to a world filled with pain and uncertainty? But Jesus' words were clear, firm, yet tender. "Evelyn, your work is not yet finished. There are so many who need to hear this message. Through your story, I will bring healing, hope, and renewal to those who feel forgotten and lost." And the possibility of recovery millions of years ago is evident. The moment his hand left my shoulder, I felt a rush, like being carried by an unseen wind. The radiant light around me dimmed, the melodies of heaven softened, and time, her wide, curious eyes seemed to mirror the sense of wonder still lingering in my soul. I whispered under my breath, "Thank you, Lord, for bringing me back. I will share your message. I will do your will." My dear friends, if you are hearing this, it's because Jesus wants you to know that you are not alone. He sees you in your struggles, in your moments of despair and loneliness, and he desires to draw you into a life of purpose, joy, and peace. In my vision, I saw the incredible power of love, connection, and faith. I saw the way our small actions, reaching out to a neighbor, offering a kind word, sharing a meal, can become a beacon of hope for someone who feels lost. Jesus doesn't ask for perfection. He asks for willingness, a willingness to trust him, to seek his presence, and to love others as he loves us. The challenges we face, be it illness, loneliness, or the uncertainties of this world, are not greater than the hope he offers. Through him, we can find strength to endure, joy in the small blessings, and purpose that transforms our lives. If you are feeling overwhelmed, I encourage you to take a step of faith. Speak to him, even if it's just a simple prayer. "Lord, I need you. Help me." Open your heart to his word. Find a community of believers who can walk alongside you. And remember, no matter where you are or what you've done, his love for you is unwavering. He is waiting with open arms, ready to guide you into a life of peace and abundance. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. If this message touched your heart, please consider sharing it with someone who might need encouragement today. There are so many people out there, struggling in silence, who need to hear about the love and hope that only Jesus can provide. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By joining this community, you are helping to spread messages of faith, hope, and transformation to a world that desperately needs it. And remember, no matter how difficult life gets, no matter how dark the road ahead may seem, you are never walking it alone. Jesus is with you, guiding your steps, surrounding you with love, and calling you to a life of joy, peace, and purpose. Until next time, may you be blessed with strength, grace, and the unwavering assurance that you are deeply loved by God. Together, let's build a world filled with light, love, and faith. God bless you all. This extended version gives more weight to the return to life moment and reinforces the hope-filled closing message, ensuring the audience leaves with a strong sense of purpose and encouragement.